guys, so today I'm gonna do a video on the new Colourpop palette they just came out with. Here's the palette. It's hollow on the inside, which is I think really cool, and the designs on the inside are also very pretty. But I wanted to do a review on this because I haven't seen many things online of like reviews yet, and I'm assuming that at least someone out there would want to see the reviews because I know they kind of look like not your typical like neutral colors. They might look a little bit scary to some people, so I just wanted to do a review, say how I think, and I'll do some swatches as well, so stay tuned. So I'm going to start with the top row and go in with the shade No Spots, which is a white shade. It's probably not going to turn up on my skin because I am very pale, but it's very soft. Next I'm going to go in the shade Mongrels, which is a very soft shimmer shade. Just swatch that. Then I'm going to go in the shade Diablo, which is a very nice green color. Then I'm going in the shade Devious, which is like, I guess, kind of like a burnt orange color. And then the last one for the top row is Tragic, which is a very light brownish orangish shade. So now I'm going to go in with the second row, starting with the shade Underworld, which is a very nice like coppery shade, bronzy shade. Next is this shade Pain and Panic, which feels like a pressed glitter. It feels a lot different than the other ones, which yes, there is glitter in that one, definitely. Third one is the shade Forest of Thorns, which is a nice purple shade. And it kind of has like a sheen to it. Not very metallic, but there's like an element of metallicity to it. Next we have the shade Float Sand. Hope I'm saying that right. And it's a like nice pale pink, and there seems to be like purple like flecks in there. We have the shade The Fates, which is a nice blue. It's not very swatching that easy, but there we go. Now I'm going to go with the third row, starting with the shade Revenge, which is a nice black with looks like there's glitter in it. Oh, there's silver glitter in this one, which is very pretty. Next I'm going to go with the shade Sing, which I don't know what to describe this. Oh, it's like black and brown? I don't know, but there's like a duochrome, kind of, which are very pretty. Next I'm going to go with the shade Jetsam, which is a nice shimmery blue, which kind of looks, I don't know, looks a little purple to me, but kind of green on camera. So this must be another duochrome. And then we have the shade Facile. And then we have the shade 101, another very soft matte shade, which seems to be like a black gray. So first I'm gonna prime my eyes with the MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. Before I get into applying this, I just wanted to say that the shimmers are very soft. Like when I got this in the mail, you can kind of see around this green one that it kind of broke off a little bit around where it like touches like the outside of the pan. So I just wanted to say that. I think I'm gonna go with this shade Tragic right here first, and this is a Profusion brush. I think I got in like a holiday set, but it's just a nice fluffy brush. I'm gonna take that shade and just blend it into the crease as a nice base color. So when I'm blending, I usually just use windshield wiper motions in my crease, and I try to go up a little bit higher onto my brow bone just a little bit because my eyebrow kind of got some space right here, so why not use it? Just gonna blend up, and I think this shade Tragic will take a little bit of building up to get what you want, so I think that color is very easy to build. So next I'm gonna take the shade Devious in the palette, and I'm gonna use this Wet n Wild brush, kind of tapered and kind of fluffy. I think it's a really good brush. So I'm just gonna use that. And go like right here on the outer edge. And blend it slightly into the crease on the outer side. I'll take this brush and blend it just a little bit on the outer corner and just slightly up into the crease some more. So next, I'm gonna take the shade Facile. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm gonna take another Wet n Wild brush, just a flat packing brush. It's kind of staying with blue right now, but I'm gonna take this shade. I'm gonna pack it towards the outer edge. So you can tell this shade is very soft. I don't know if you can see, but I just tapped a little lightly in there, and you can already see like it denting. So it's a very soft shade. You might want to tap off some excess before you put it on the lid, just so minimize the fallout that you get. So I'm gonna pack this on the outer edge. I think it's a pretty color so far, but there is a lot of kickback in the pan from tapping it in there. So if that's something you don't like, maybe this is not for you. But this is just one of the shimmers so far, and I did say that one was kind of broken in the pan when I got it. So maybe that one's just really soft. Maybe it's just a different formula pressed in there differently. But so far, it's kicking back in the pan a lot. So, and then I'm gonna use the same blending brush from earlier to make it so there's no harsh line right next to the crease, and just blend it a little bit. So that blending did take away some of the green, so I'm gonna just go back in there and try to re-intensify it. Okay, so I finished the other eye. This, I don't know, I couldn't blend it out as well on the other eye, get it to stick on there. I don't know, but there's a lot of kickback in the pan. So next I'm gonna take the shade Diablo. It's this nice green color to go along with the other green. And I'm using this another flat shader brush, not as big as the last one. That's the comparison of the last one. It's a little bit smaller. So I'm gonna use this green shade. So far dipping into it, it does not have as much kickback at all as the shade Facile. I hope I'm saying that right, and probably not. But I'm gonna go in on the inner portion of that shade, and then eventually gonna blend the green in the darker green and this green together. So far, this one's a lot easier to put on. I think it has a lot more, I guess, color payoff. It's a lot more shiny, metallic looking with the shade Facile, which is a lot more glittery. This one's a lot more, I guess, metallic, you would say. Not very, yeah, it's more metallic, but it has shimmer in it as well. Okay, and then to blend those two together, I'm gonna just take the brush I used for the shade Facile, and no excess product. There's probably still a little bit left on here, but I'm gonna like gently tap in between those two, sort of to blend them together. And then I'm just gonna add just a little bit more of the shade Diablo back, because it kind of kicked that away. So I'd say so far, I'm not a fan of the shade Facile. I really still hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably not. But the shade Diablo I think is really good. And that's what gravitated me towards a palette, because I really wanted a green shade like that. And I think it's very pretty. And so far, I liked the color. So this is what it's looking like so far. This eye, don't know what's happening with it, but this eye looks pretty good. I usually have trouble with this eye, with blending. Don't know why. But the colors kind of blended, see together. I can't close my eyes one eye at a time. But hopefully you can see that. And I'm gonna do my base makeup now. So I'm gonna take a wet rag, because there is some fallout. I don't know if you can see, but there's glitter on my face. So I'm just gonna take a makeup wipe, and also try to, when I do this, I kind of try to wing out my eyeshadow, try to shape it just a little bit, but then I always shape it more with my concealer. So I think I'm gonna go in on the outer edge just a little bit. This might mess up the look, but I think I'm gonna go in with the shade, the Fates, which is this blue color right there. Maybe darken up the outer edge a little bit. It might mess up the look. I hope not, but I'm just gonna take the littlest amount. I'm gonna use this Morphe 149 and just do the outer edge. Make it my mirror. Just do the outer edge, just the tiniest bit to give some definition. Then I'm gonna take my fluffy brush again and just blend that out, just the tiniest bit. I just want to say, blending that out kind of took away the dark green from earlier that I was saying I was having issues with. So, and then I think after this, I'm gonna add just a little bit more of the dark color style. Still don't know if I'm saying it right, but I'm gonna go in and add just a little bit more of that. I kind of winged it out just a little bit. Might have been a wrong decision, but I'm gonna go in with the shade Facile. Just pack it lightly over the blue. Then I'm gonna go back in with the shade, the Fates, this blue one right here, and go underneath my lower lash line with this the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. I think that's what it says. It's kind of rubbed off, kind of old, but I think that's okay. So I'm gonna go underneath my lower lash line with that. And when I'm doing my lower lash line, I always like to try to connect it with the upper part too, so there's no light gaps. 4-9, once again, and kind of blend it. And then I think to top it off, I'm gonna go over the blue, just a little bit of the Facile, just on the tip of the same shading brush I used earlier, the flat tip brush. And then on the inner corner, I'm gonna go back in the shade with Diablo. Well, not the inner corner, but like inner lash line, I guess. With the same brush we used earlier, well, I used earlier, to put on the top. And then I'm gonna blend the two colors together with that brush, just in the middle. For the inner highlight, I'm gonna use another Pro Fusion brush. This is just a very small, I don't know what you call this, concealer brush, shader brush. I don't know, I just use it for my inner highlight, and I'm probably gonna use it for my brow bone. And I'm gonna mess up this name. But I'm gonna use this shade, this one right here, and that's called Mongrels? Mongrels, I think. But this shade right here, just on my little brush. And this one has a little bit of, I don't know, kickback as well, but nothing near as worse as the shade Facile. I'm gonna go in my inner corner with that. And I'm gonna put this underneath my brow bone, the same color. And I already filled in my eyebrows earlier with the Anastasia Dip Rod in the shade Auburn. But I'm really liking this color so far. It's very nice, very like in your face, shiny. So I'm gonna curl my lashes. This is just a regular eyelash curler. Don't know what's special about them. Maybe there's better ones out there. And then I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Lash Paradise in the shade Black as Black. So I decided to do bottom mascara as well. And I'm gonna come back, and then I have just one of their lipsticks to review from the collection, so I'll be back. So now I'm gonna line my lips before I go with the lipstick. And the lipstick that I am trying is the shade Dr. Facilier. Can't say that name, I guess, but this is what it looks like. I'll insert a swatch, and it has villains stamped into the outside, so that's pretty nice. Also, there's like I don't know if you can see that, but there's like bubbles or like holes in it. Just kind of weird. But I tried out the shade Ariel from the Disney Designer collection. It's one of my favorite lipsticks that I have, and I think it's very pretty. It's very like orangey tone. And I think it's a nice nude for me because I'm very pale, but it's also a little dark on me. But that's what you get when you're pale. So when I line my lips, I slightly overline the top, just so it like matches the bottom, looks nice with the bottom. So, and this lip probably will not go with these eyes, but just for reviewing the products that I got for the collection, I know everyone was like talking about how pretty this shade was and how much they wanted it, so I got this one. So I thought I would just include it in here since I have it. This is very creamy, and this does say it's a creme, so that's probably why, but it is very creamy, different formula than the Ariel lipstick I have, which I think is just a regular Colourpop Luxe lipstick. I think that's what they're called. I don't know, but this one's very creamy. It might transfer, so just be careful about that. but the color is very nice. Pigmentation's very nice. I'm not having trouble putting this on at all. Also, here's what the tube looks like for the shade. I don't know, it's probably not specifically for this shade, but this is what the tube looks like. See, there's just symbols from all the villains on here, which I think is pretty nice. And here's a swatch of the shade Dr. Fusealer. It's very nice, very creamy. So this is my finished look. It's not the best. I just wanted to try with some color and go out of my comfort zone a little bit. I'm not very good with color. Like, besides neutrals, I'm very good with neutrals because I feel like they're not that hard to mess up if you place them in the right spot. But this is my attempt with using the colors from the palette, and also with this lip shade. And yeah, so thank you for watching.